Hello again, folks. It's Barry with Barry's 8-track and classic car radio repair, and today's demonstration is going to be on a modern conversion done on a radio out of I believe it's a '73 Cadillac Eldorado. Let me just check that to be sure. Okay, where is it? Okay, yeah, '73 Eldorado. This is sent in by Jim in Jonesburg, Illinois. Now, this is already an AM-FM radio, but it's been sent in for a modern conversion, which will greatly improve your reception and can also provide a super increase in audio power. In this case, the customer requested that the conversion be wired to his original connectors, so because it's going into a common ground speaker system, he won't get the big power increase, but he will get much better FM reception and a very reliable radio. And so, just a quick little note here on some stuff that I do. This is the here's the connector for that radio. It's got quite a few terminals here, and as you might guess, running a bunch of jumper wires with alligator clips just isn't going to be practical. It's not a safe thing to do, and there's also a chance that I could make a mistake on which terminal I connected to. So what I do is I've got adapter cables that I make for all the popular classic radios. I make adapter cables. This plugs into the radio, and this plugs into my bench connector, which is wired to my speakers and my power supply. That way, I don't have to spend a whole lot of time guessing and tracing down wiring diagrams to figure out where the plugs go. And because Delco service manuals are full of errors, and even some of their units are mislabeled, this tells me that as long as I'm getting the right signals to the right speakers, then I'll know that the conversion's been done correctly, because there is quite a bit of wiring that goes with these conversions. Everything gets ripped out and replaced, and so we're just going to connect this to my bench connector, and we're going to turn it on and run it through its paces before we send it back to the customer. Prop this up a little bit. Okay, and we're about set to go here. Get our antenna hooked up. It goes in the side right here on this unit. Okay, get some power to this thing, and I do have it set to FM at the moment, so let's see if I can center this a little bit better. There's a little bit of there we go. Okay, let's turn her on. It's set to FM. Okay, and I'm gonna run it all across the dial here. Make sure we pick up a good number of FM stations before we do anything else.
And individual contributions, providing fitness class.
Right of return to their homes lost in 19.
Songs right here.
Take advantage of the Chevy employee.
It's Mercy Me and Slee.
Multidisciplinary team of spine care experts.
And is already being convicted at.
AM, and they're located at.
Are we just a backseat?
Okay, I counted about 29 FM stations, which is pretty typical after conversion. Let's flip it over to AM. Make sure we pick up 2 or 3 AM stations.
The brotherhood really is about, because.
And we should be getting one more around the center of the dial. Okay, and there's the third one, and I know that's all we pick up in this area, so we'll go back to FM, and I'll demonstrate the virtual balance and fader functions. Okay, Now, of course, you have your original tone control here. Now, the fader control on these Delco radios, they're notorious for being nonlinear and not working anymore, so we no longer use that fader. We now have a virtual fader and a virtual left-right balance control right here in the tone control. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to activate the virtual fader first. We're going to bring our output level meters into the picture so we can see the result of our adjustments. And then we're going to do that. Okay, radio's in the upper left-hand corner. And as you can see, the speakers are pretty well balanced between all four. Now I'm going to activate the front-rear fader by giving this tone control 2 quick turns to the right. So the first thing I'll do is rotate it to the center so I've got room to turn it. And here we go. 2 quick turns to the right, and you'll hear a female voice saying, fader adjust. So here we go.
Fader adjust.
Okay. So now we're using this tone control to adjust the front-rear speaker balance. All the way front, all the way rear, front, rear. Okay, I'm gonna center the speakers, take my hand off the control. After about 2 seconds, you hear that single tone letting you know that that setting's been saved, and this is once again just a tone control. Okay, now I'm gonna do the same thing, except I'm gonna activate the left-right balance control. Same procedure, except we rotate this twice to the left. So here we go.
Balance adjust.
Okay, and now we're using this tone control to adjust the left-right balance. Left only, right only, left, right. Okay, I'm going to recenter the speakers, pretty well centered. Stop adjusting, and one beep lets us know that setting's been saved. This is once again just a tone control. Okay, now I'm going to activate the Bluetooth, and I do that by giving the volume control 2 turns in the direction of higher volume. So here we go.
Bluetooth ready to pair.
Okay, Bluetooth ready to pair, and as is usually the case, I don't take the time to pair it with a device and operate through the radio. This is just to make sure that the Bluetooth function works and successfully activates. And after 90 seconds, that lady will come back on saying pairing not completed. So let's go ahead, while we're waiting for that, let's go ahead and test the aux input jacks. I'm just going to feed a quick tone into these jacks, make sure it switches over. There's one side, and there's the other side. So the aux input is working correctly. And so now we don't need these meters anymore. We've confirmed that the balance and fader controls work. Now, after you use the aux input, there is a 20-second delay before the radio comes back due to a Vox circuit. It holds onto the aux signal a little bit longer than it needs to, just to make sure it's not constantly switching back and forth between songs. And there's our radio coming back automatically. So the last thing to check is the 8-track function. So let's pop some Anne Murray in here, see how Anne's doing today. Okay, gonna switch tracks a bunch of times.
Sometimes I feel like crying. Give it to the holy moment when I look into your eyes. Singing for you, darling, in the sleep. It's easy, and sometimes I just
Pairing not complete.
Okay, there's our lady coming back on saying pairing not completed. Okay, we're between songs here. A good time to check for head alignment. There's no crosstalk between songs. Okay, so now we're going to eject the tape, and on Cadillac units, you just pull on the volume control, and it lets that tape out so you can grab onto it, and then the radio comes back immediately, of course. So that completes the test. Everything is working properly. She's ready to go back to the customer, and I'm ready to get on to the next job. Once again, I'm Barry with Barry's 8-Track and Classic Car Radio Repair. Needless to say, if you have an 8-track player either for home or for car use in need of service, you can reach me directly at 928-533-9666. I also do FM conversions on classic car AM radios. We can add Bluetooth, USB reader, aux input, and on a Delco tuner, I can even sometimes double the number of FM station presets. So, you can reach me for those reasons also. My website is in the description below. Thank you so much for watching and listening, and we'll see you next time.